A massive crocodile unexpectedly appeared next to Adam's boat and began to swim strangely around him. The experienced fisherman grabbed his paddle, ready to defend himself. However, instead of attacking, the reptile froze, looking at him with an almost human gaze full of despair. Deciding to follow this unusual guide into the wildest corners of the swamp, Adam had no idea that what he would discover among the impenetrable mangroves would leave even the police, who responded to his call, speechless. A foggy morning on the river began as usual. Adam dozed in his boat, enjoying the silence, when an unexpected movement in the water made him start. He expected to see anything but the huge crocodile staring intently at him. Surprisingly, the reptile showed no aggression. In its eyes, there was an almost human concern. The crocodile slowly circled around. Its movements were not predatory but seemed deliberate. "What's wrong with you?" Adam muttered, watching as the predator displayed a strange loyalty, occasionally swimming away from him. A choice loomed before Adam, one that could cost him his life: to ignore the creature's unusual behavior or to succumb to an irrational impulse and follow it. His intuition battled with common sense. By all survival rules, following the crocodile was madness, yet an inner voice suggested there was something more to this than mere coincidence. "All right, let's see where you're taking me," Adam decided. Carefully starting the engine, the reptile immediately surged upstream, occasionally glancing back as if checking whether he was following. They navigated through unfamiliar parts of the river, through narrow channels where tree branches scraped against the sides of the boat. With every turn, the surrounding nature became wilder and more untouched. Adam felt a pulse of fear, but also a strange sense of purpose, as if he were moving towards something incredibly important. After half an hour of travel, the crocodile led the boat to a small beach, hidden from the main flow of the river. Something had clearly happened here: flattened grass, broken branches, and signs of a hasty retreat. Upon landing, Adam discovered the remnants of a destroyed research outpost. He stood still at the water's edge, watching the small camp strewn about everywhere. Among the scattered items, he found scientific instruments and a journal of observations. Flipping through a few pages, Adam realized he had stumbled upon an area used by a wildlife researcher studying crocodiles. The last entries appeared unfinished, as if the author had been interrupted. "I seem to have come across signs of human interference." Suddenly, a rustling sound came from the bushes. Instinctively clutching a fishing net as an improvised weapon, he prepared for danger. The crocodile tensed as well, its tail quivering. The path deeper into the forest was faint, marked by broken branches and signs of struggle. Each step was laborious, and his heart raced in his throat. At some point, Adam doubted his decision. He should have called for help. But his phone showed no signal. He was cut off from civilization, alone with the wilderness and unknown dangers. The further he went, the more evidence of violence he found: drops of dried blood on leaves, scraps of fabric caught on branches. The crocodile followed him like a loyal guard dog, never falling behind. The creature seemed more determined and focused than Adam. After 20 minutes of pushing through thick underbrush, they reached a small makeshift shelter, almost invisible among the vegetation. Adam approached cautiously. His senses were heightened to the max. Faint sounds emerged from the shelter. Peering inside, he saw a bound woman in field attire, unconscious and bruised. Instantly recognizing her from a photo in the journal, Adam whispered, "You're Dr. Smith. Hold on, I'll get you out of here." Frantically working on the knots, he felt the woman slowly coming to. Her eyes widened in fear and then surprise. "Who are you?" she asked weakly. "I'm Adam. Your crocodile brought me here," he replied, helping her to sit up. The confusion in her eyes shifted to understanding. In a whisper, gathering her strength, Dr. Smith shared a shocking story. She had discovered that local poachers used crocodiles as drug couriers, sewing waterproof containers with illegal substances into their bodies. Crocodiles could cross borders and patrol posts where a human would be stopped. They caught me when I was documenting the behavior of one of them. He's special. Adam was processing this information when rough male voices echoed from outside. "Where the hell is the researcher?" shouted one. "The boss said no witnesses." The poachers had returned, and they were determined. Quickly, Adam helped Dr. Smith hide under the thick foliage and took a position behind a tree, ready to defend himself. Suddenly, a loud splash rang out from the river. The poachers turned toward the sound. One approached the shore. "Look, it's one of our transports!" he yelled. At that moment, the water erupted and the crocodile seized his leg. The man's scream was cut short as the predator pulled him underwater. The second poacher, in a panic, began shooting into the river, but two more crocodiles surfaced, acting in astonishing unison as if executing a well-planned attack. Taking advantage of the chaos, Adam grabbed Dr. Smith's hand and pulled her toward the boat. They reached the shore just as the last poacher was swallowed by the wild reptile's jaws. "How is this possible?" Adam gasped as he started the engine. Dr. Smith stared at the river with awed trepidation. "They're much smarter than we think," she simply replied. "That's Charlie and his group. They're protecting their territory, and it seems they consider me one of their own, too." At the moment the boat pushed away from the shore, Charlie emerged beside them, watching them with the serene gaze of an ancient creature that had outlived the dinosaurs. In his eyes, Adam no longer saw fear or pleading, only the calm dignity of a river guardian fulfilling his duty. A week after these events, police arrested the entire smuggling syndicate. Evidence gathered by Dr. Smith proved crucial in the trial. It turned out the poachers had used over 30 animals, implanting drug containers subcutaneously and forcing them to cross the border where patrols could not detect the illegal cargo. Adam frequently visited the research station where Dr. Smith continued her work. Sometimes they went out on the boats together, with Charlie always showing up, as if welcoming old friends. The story of Adam, Dr. Smith, and the crocodile named Charlie became a legend among local fishermen. Now, whenever they spotted a crocodile gazing intently at their boat, they no longer rushed to leave. Who knows, maybe the ancient guardian of the river knows something important. Did you enjoy this story? Tell us your thoughts in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to not miss new releases. See you soon.